Dear children, today let's continue the chapter 18 Body Fluids and Circulation. In the previous class, I have explained you about various components of blood. Blood consists of blood plasma and the formed elements. The various formed elements are the RBCs or erythrocytes, leukocytes or WBC, and you can see the thrombocytes or platelets. Okay, so these are the formed elements, and we have seen that the RBCs, they are helpful in carrying the oxygen. Okay, they carry the oxygen, and leukocytes, they fight against the microorganisms, and the thrombocytes or platelets, they are helpful in the clotting of blood. Okay, so we have learned in detail about various kinds of formed elements also. Today we are going to study about the blood groups. So even though the blood groups are seen similar, there are lot of differences, okay, between the different groups. Understood? So in human being, basically there are 4 different groups of blood, and there are 2 groupings are there, that is ABO blood grouping and RH grouping. Understood? Based on the ABO antigens, and also based on the RH antigen. Okay, so ABO blood grouping is based on the presence of 2 antigens, that is A and B antigens on the surface of the RBC. Understood? So there are 2 different antigens present on the surface of RBC called what, A and B. Understood? And there are 2 different natural antibodies present in the blood plasma, that is A and B. Okay, so the distribution of antigens, antibodies, what in A, then what B, AB and O blood group are like this. That is in A blood group. Okay, in A blood group you can see the antigen A on RBC, and what will be the antibody in them? It will be antibody B, and the donors group is A and O. Okay, and if you take B blood group, the antigen present on the RBCs will be B, and then the antibodies will be A. Okay, and the donors group for this is B and O. And AB blood group will have what? Antigens A and B, and the antibodies present in them will be no antibodies. Okay, and the donors group of this is AB, A, B and O. And blood group O, okay, blood group O is having the no antigen in their RBC, and the antibodies present in them will be antibody A and B. Okay, and the donors group is O. So from the above chart or table, you can understand that O blood group, okay, the persons with O blood group can donate, okay, blood to any other groups. Okay, O blood group can give blood to any other group, so it's known as what? Universal donor. Okay, and persons with AB blood group can accept blood from persons with AB and what other groups also. So they are known as universal recipient. So AB is considered as the universal recipient, and O is considered as the universal donor. Understood? So based on the what? A and B antigens. Understood? If A is there, the blood group will be what? If A antigen is there, the blood group will be A. And if B antigen is there, then the blood group will be B. And if both are there, AB. And if there is no antigen, then it will be O. Likewise, it is divided. Okay. Now, one more type of grouping that is found in human being. Okay. Or in what rhesus monkeys, it was first found out. Okay. That is another antigen known as Rh factor. What is it? Rh factor. And almost 80% of humans are having this Rh factor, and that individuals, those who are having Rh factor, what is Rh factor? It's another antigen present in the on the surface of RBC. Okay, so if what antigen is there, then that is known as Rh positive blood, or that person is called as Rh positive, and those who are not having this antigen are known as Rh negative. Okay, and during blood transfusion it is very important, because Rh negative person, if exposed to Rh positive blood, what will happen? Some specific antibodies will be formed against the Rh antigen, and that may lead to what clotting of blood. So before transfusions, okay, what the matching between the blood group should be tested for Rh factor. Understood? Now, Rh factor, one special case is there, that is if the mother is Rh negative. Okay, if the mother is Rh positive, negative, and the baby is Rh positive in a pregnant lady, if a pregnant lady is there and her blood group is Rh negative, and the baby's blood group, if it is Rh positive, okay, during the first delivery there won't be any problem, because there is no mixing up of blood between the mother and the baby in the uterus. Understood? So mother and baby's blood will get mixed when only? When the first delivery, during the first delivery there is chance of what? The mixing up for meeting of the blood of mother and the baby. So once the mother's blood, okay, or if there is mixing up of blood between these two during the first delivery, what happens is the mother's body will start producing antibodies against it. And I told you, during the first pregnancy it won't be a problem. Okay, and during the delivery, if the blood get mixed with the mother, okay, the fetus and the mother's blood will get mixed, then what mother's body will start preparing antibodies against the Rh antigen. And okay, in the subsequent pregnancies, this Rh what antibody produced in them will be diffused into the blood of the fetus and destroy the fetal RBCs. Okay, so this can cause what? Severe anemia and jaundice, and this condition is known as what? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay, erythroblastosis fetalis. What is it? Erythroblastosis fetalis. So what is erythroblastosis fetalis? That is, if the in a pregnant mother, if the mother is having Rh positive and the baby is having Rh positive. Okay, mother is Rh negative and the baby is Rh positive. What will happen during the first pregnancy? There won't be any problem, as there is no mixing up of blood. But during delivery, there is what chance of what mixing up of blood between the mother and the baby. So that results in what? The coagulation of blood. Means that time what happens? When the blood get mixed, the mother's body will recognize the Rh factor as an antigen, and it will start producing antibodies. Okay, so the antibodies will remain in the body of the mother, and during the next pregnancy, this antibodies will diffuse into the baby's body, and that can cause what? Coagulation. Understood? So this condition is known as what? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay, and now next, so about this you understood now, Rh factor, and then what? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Now next topic is coagulation of blood. So what is coagulation of blood? If any injury happens or if any cut happens, after some time you can see that the blood flow will stop, isn't it? So this is due to what? Blood coagulation or clotting happens. Okay, so this mechanism prevents the excessive loss of blood from the body. Okay, so you can see that in the cut or injury, okay, a clot or coagulum will be formed by a what thread like network of thread like structures called what? Fibrins. Understood? So these fibrins are what? Thread-like structures which will get aligned in the form of a mesh and that prevent the loss of or the that prevent the or that catches what other RBCs, WBCs, etc. And like finally it will get stopped. Okay, the flow, blood flow will get stopped. Understood? Now, and the fibrins are formed from what? Fibrinogens. Okay, fibrinogens in the blood plasma by an enzyme called what? Thrombin. So thrombin, what it does, it converts fibrinogen to fibrins. Okay, and thrombins in turn, they are formed from another inactive molecule called what? Prothrombin. Okay, prothrombin will get what? Converted to thrombins, and this process is helped by or catalyzed by another complex, okay, enzyme complex called thrombokinase. So once again, prothrombin will be getting converted to thrombin by what? Thrombokinase. Understood? And thrombin formed will get convert or that will help in the conversion of what? Fibrinogen to fibrins. Understood? Now this reactions, it's a cascade process, means what? One after the other a number of steps are involved. Okay, and this, okay, a process is helped by calcium ions. Okay, calcium ions play an important role in what? The clotting of, so which mineral is needed for clotting, blood clotting? It is calcium ions. Okay, so when an injury or trauma happens, platelets in the blood will release certain factors that activate the mechanism of coagulation, and during that, what is happening? First, prothrombin will get converted to thrombin by an enzyme thrombokinase. Okay, then thrombin will go and convert what? Fibrinogen to fibrin. Fibrins will get aligned in the what? And the what? In the wound, and that prevent the further blood flow. So in this way only what happens? Blood clotting happens. Now the next topic is lymph. Okay, so what is lymph? As the blood passes through the blood capillaries in tissues, some water along with some small water soluble substances, they'll move into the spaces between the tissues, means in the intercellular spaces. Okay, then leaving the large protein molecules, most of the elements will get what? Accumulated in the blood vessel. Okay, then this, okay, that means it will get out from the blood vessel, and this fluid is known as what? The interstitial fluid or tissue fluid. Okay, so its mineral distribution, okay, is same as that of the blood plasma. Then various materials are getting exchanged between the blood and the cells, or it acts, a tissue fluid acts as a medium between the blood and the cells. Okay, so then what happens? That is, the fluid present in the interstitial spaces or intercellular spaces will get collected by another system known as lymphatic system, and it drains the various materials into the veins. Okay, and the fluid present in the lymphatic system is known as what? Lymph. So when you compare lymph, it's a colorless fluid containing what? Lymphocytes. Okay, which are needed for the immune response. Understood? So like this, lymph is what? The fluid which gives immunity. Okay, and it is formed from, or it is collected from where? From the tissue fluid. Tissue fluid, how it is formed? When blood passes through the small capillaries. Okay, so a lymphatic system, Okay, it's another system. Actually, two systems operates for transport. What are they? Lymphatic system and the blood circulatory system. Yes, lymphatic system consists of what? Lymph nodes. Okay, then what? Lymph vessels, etc. So hope this much is very clear. We'll continue in the next class.